oh boy, it's that time of year again. Oh, you gotta love those summer sales. Of course, if you're on Steam, you know this. You probably played part in it before. It seems like any occasion Valve can come up with, they're gonna have a sale. They've got summer sales and autumn sales. They've got weekly sales and weekend sales. But the big one, the one most people talk about, is a summer sale. Now, I've been a part of this a couple of years. I've only had a Steam account for a while, but they vary it up from year to year. And they'll have different little gimmicks going on, but the core of it is a lot of daily deals and flash sales, and everybody's happy, they're buying games, and it's all great. But this year they decided to try something different. Now, this is a crazy idea, but what if we took people and assigned them randomly to one of 5 teams? Now, you're going to be buying shit anyway, and you maybe will come across cards, you'll maybe craft things, and all those actions will contribute to the points of your team. And the winning team, well, will take 30 people who contributed points for that day, and we'll give them 3 items off their wish list. The first 3. Well, how great is that? I mean, oh my God, you can win extra prizes. All you've got to do is just do what you normally do. You're gonna buy shit. In fact, you could compete with the other teams. Who can take the victory? That's a great idea. It's gonna spur on more purchases, and it's an incentive to buy more and to partake more and to participate. It sounds phenomenal. What could go wrong? Well, when you look at the winning team from the first day, Purple takes that victory. Look at that. Look at that point difference. That's a dominant victory. Purple, way to go. That's what, 70,000 plus points? That's phenomenal. I mean, that's a great way to start it off. Look at Red down there. 376 points. Are you even trying, Red? Get good, Red. What are you doing? That is shameful. And then day 2 comes around, and look, Red's had enough of that shit. It's not gonna take Purple's crap anymore. He's got over 50,000 points. Not as big as the lead that Purple had, but he's up there. Why, I bet day 3 is going to be even closer. I can't wait to see how hard they fought it out. My God, I bet it's going to be down to the wire. It's probably going to be like 5,000 points or 400,000 points. Well, that's a little weird when you look at it, but good job, Green. I mean, 400,000 points. You really knocked it out of the fucking ballpark. That's teamwork. That is cooperation. That's Green taking it to the rest of them. Now, that's probably a fluke. I bet the next day is going to be even closer. I bet blue and pink and purple and red, they're going to get their shit together. They're going to be like, fuck that. We're not going to be down there again. We're going to take this victory. It's going to be a close race. Or the point difference could be 600,000. That's even weirder. Again, if you look at the last 4 teams, their points are only 100 to 1,000 apart, yet pink is out in the lead with over 600,000 points. That it couldn't possibly get even. Oh, wait a minute. A 1,000,000 point difference. And again, the 4 losers are only separated by a few hundred to a few thousand points. Why, if I didn't know better, I'd say somebody's rigging this game. But that's tinfoil talk. That's paranoia. This is a snowball effect. I've heard a lot of people on V say it's a snowball effect. They don't explain it, but that's what it is. Obviously, they heard somebody say it once in relation to something else. It's a snowball effect. It has to be. Even though it's the middle of summer, but whatever, it's a snowball effect. It's not like there's a group of people out there that are actively trying to rig this. Oh, wait a minute. There is a group of people out there actively trying to rig the system. Isn't that weird? I don't know if the person who posted this plan is named Snowball. Maybe that's what the snowball effect that asshole was talking about is. But this looks like some game rigging to me. Looks like a little bit of shenanigans going on here on Reddit, home of liberal commies that apparently don't like competition. Now, this is from a few days ago. This has been floating around there for a while now, but if you look at the first 5 winners, they all correspond to the first 5 winners of the last 5 days on the summer sale. Interesting. It's interesting that the first 2 days seemed close, but those last 3, God, they were blown out of the water. What happened on those 3 days? And why does it correspond exactly to that list? A list which was published ahead of time, and which shows who's going to win on each day. If you look at it, the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday winners are all the ones that won. Each team that was predicted to win did win. Now, I've noticed a lot of buzz about this going around. Is Reddit rigging the system? Is Valve somehow, rigging the system because they don't want people to feel left out? So maybe they're finagling things to help everybody at least win once, maybe twice. Maybe each team is going to win twice. This is obviously what Reddit wants because that's how their list plays out. But is that what's going on? Now, when you look at that point distribution on those days, day 3, day 4, and day 5, that is weird. I don't care if you want to call that the snowball effect. I don't care if you want to throw out some weird fucking term to try to explain that away. But when I see 4 teams that are basically at the exact same point level with one team which is so far out of the ballpark that it's 4 to 5 times as many points as anybody else, something is up. Now, to their credit, Valve seems to be responding to this because their rules just changed on day 6. After those last 3 days, we got a new set of rules. Now it's the first team that wins gets 30 people selected, the second team gets 20, and the third team gets 10. Now, that's awkward because when you look at their write-in alternative method for entering the contest, it doesn't have anything in relation to this rule change. It doesn't actually talk about it. Now, if you have an alternate form of entry for a contest, you have to address the stipulations and rules of that contest. The only reason it wouldn't address it is because it was changed in reaction to something. They're not going to have all that legalese in the FAQ section talking about the contest and forget to cover something like this. When you look at the alternate entry, it only talks about 30 winners per day. It never mentions a second place or a third place and these extra 30 winners. This seems to be in response to what's going on the last couple of days. That would be my guess, that Valve is noticing something going on, and they're trying to address it in the best way they can. They can't obviously track down who's manipulating the system. How would you even go about that? That is, of course, unless Valve is rigging the system themselves, but that is a far-fetched allegation. Why would they do that? I mean, they are a gregarious, charitable company. Obviously, they love us, consumers. They want to reward us. I mean, look at this summer sale. They're giving out prizes to 30 people every day. So that's 90 prizes a day. Now, of course, a cynic would say, well, let's take a look at the market economy because maybe there's a little more to it than we know. I mean, for instance, if you were to look at, say, Summer Adventure Card 3, you'd see that in the last 24 hours, 94,555 of those cards were sold, the starting value of which is 23 cents. Now, a fun fact is, on these particular items, and on a good majority of things that do appear on the market store, Valve takes a 15% commission fee. So every transaction that goes through, they get 15% of. So let's do a little basic math. I'm rusty at this, so you can play along at home, but let's see what we get. So on this one card alone, we're looking at $21,747.65 in that 24-hour period. That is the amount of money that has been transferred back and forth in relation to this one card in that period of time. Now, Valve gets 15% of that. That comes out to roughly $3,363. Valve has made $3,300 on that card in 24 hours. Now, there are 10 summer sale cards, and they're reasonably close to one another. A few cents here or there, but the majority of them are around the same price value. And interestingly enough, they're the same amount of cards, too, in that period of time. 94,000, 93,000, 92,000, but roughly about the same. So just doing junk math, let's be sloppy about it because that's how I like it. $3,300 times 10 because there are 10 of them. That means in 24 hours off the summer sale cards, Valve has made $33,631.50 on those 10 cards in 24 hours. That's it. That's not talking about the coin tokens that let you take and give points to teams. That's not talking about the summer sale foil cards. These are the regular cards in a 24-hour window, nothing else. And they have made $33,600. Now, using that as our little number, let's imagine that all 90 prizes that are claimed, 30 people, 3 prizes each, wanted the, highest tier game they could get, which is roughly about $60. You're looking at $5,400. That is, that if everybody asked for a $60 game, all 3 of their games were $60, 90 people asked for that, that's $5,400. Meaning that just off these summer sale cards alone, Valve has made, after giving out prizes, a profit of $28,231.50. Now, somebody might respond and say, well, wait a minute. What if they wanted something that was more expensive than $60? What if there was some magical item on Steam, some piece of software that was really expensive? Well, let's take that hypothetical, for instance. That would mean that all 30 people would have to claim for their prize something of value at $373.68. You find me an item on the Steam store that's $373.68 by itself, and then find me 2 more, because that is exactly what each of their prizes is going to need to be. But the great thing is we don't need to argue hypotheticals. You can go look at the prizes claimed, and you'll see that nothing comes close to that amount. People are asking for indie shit, and they're asking for new releases, and a few people are asking for DLC, but nobody has asked for a $373 piece of mystical software that doesn't fucking exist on the store. So when we're talking about Valve and how charitable they are and how great this contest is, let's be realistic and understanding. This is a lottery. You are donating to the charity of you. The only difference is you don't get the fucking money. You're basically playing a digital lottery The only difference is you're stupid enough to partake in a lottery where you don't get money back. Instead, what you're getting in return is software. It's intangible. You can't take it out of your fucking computer. But I know. I know. I mean, I use Steam. I like Steam. And you're saying, well, okay, so what? So they're making money off of it. You can't be angry at Valve for, offering a system that people want to use. It's the market. The market dictates what the market dictates. It's not Valve's fault. These people are trading in such enormous quantities of things that they're making that kind of money in a 24-hour period. And you're right. It isn't their fault. People will do what people want to do. Free markets, yada yada yada. But again, the cynic would say, well, wait a minute. Let's step aside from the summer sale. Let's step aside from the cards. Let's look at something else. Let's look at the way Valve treats their social networking, which is just an add-on component of gaming, really, isn't it? Just, people on your friends list, getting into groups. It's nothing really important. They just tack it on. It doesn't really require effort. So let's use me as an example. I'm pink for life right now because all the other colors are shit. Deal with it. Now, as you can see, I'm an idiot with way too many friends. It's what you get for putting your Steam name out there. And I get yelled at because I don't play a lot of multiplayer games. It's hard to manage. But I'm cool with it, man. I like more people. More people to game with is good. But as you can see, I'm at my limit. Now, let's say somebody sends me a friend request. I'd have to turn them down, or I'd have to knock somebody else off the list. What if I wanted to have, I don't know, more friend slots? How would I do that? Well, it's simple. All you need to do is increase your Steam level. It's like a game. You earn experience from doing certain actions, and that raises your Steam level. And every level you go up on Steam, you get 5 more friend slots. So if I wanted 5 more friend slots, I'd have to go up 1 level. Now that's roughly equivalent to about 300 experience points. Now how do you get those experience points? Well, the main way, the major way, aside from actually buying games, is crafting badges. So let's use the summer cards as an example. If I wanted to go up a level, I need at least 3 summer badges. That means that I'd have to buy 10 cards 3 times over at 23 cents each. Now what that comes to is about $6.90. Now don't forget Valve's commission. They get 15% of that. What that roughly translates to is $1.03, $1.04. It depends if you round up. So for me to go up 1 level to invite more friends onto my Steam profile, I have to basically pay Valve a dollar. A dollar. That's 20 cents a friend. 20 cents a friend. Every time I want to get another friend, it's going to cost me 20 cents. Now you cannot tell me that isn't complete bullshit. The system has been set up that if you want more friends, if you want more features, you've got to pay. But it's ingeniously been set up so you don't actually know you're paying them directly. They're making you go to the market and do all this other shit. And you think, oh, that's fine. I'm just dealing with other users. But you're not. You're paying Valve every time you do a transaction. And Valve is taking that money. So every time somebody levels up their Steam account because they want another friend, every time somebody wants to complete a badge, every time somebody wants to sell something, Valve is getting a cut of that profit. 20 cents for a friend. How about we, Gabe, how about we just cut out the fucking middleman and you just give me your PayPal account and I'll just fucking wire you the money. That works out easier for me. I would rather just send you the fucking dollar than spend $7 on useless fucking badges that don't do shit. How about I'll PayPal it to you, Gabe. Just give me your fucking PayPal information and I will send you the money directly. Why don't we just cut the bullshit out and just do that? Could you imagine if Facebook tried this? Could you think of all the normals that would lose their fucking shit if Facebook suddenly told them it's going to cost you 20 cents a friend? Could you? It would be a riot. There would be mainstream America would fucking torch the country in response to that. They wouldn't be able to handle it. Zuckerberg would be laughing to the bank before he got lynched in the street. But somehow, it's okay if Valve does it. Nobody else though. But if Valve does it, it's okay. Now I'm not saying all this because I want you to think that Valve is involved in rigging the game. I actually don't think they are. I think somebody else might be manipulating things and Valve is responding to it. But I don't want to make it out like Valve is some innocent party and they're just doing their best. No, they're in it to make money, obviously. And you're dancing around, and I'm dancing, we're all dancing around like idiots as they take their 15%. And these people, theoretically, these people that are rigging the game, could you imagine? A million point difference. A million point difference. And how many points do you get per badge and per transaction? How much does that cost in money? And then take the 15% of that and give it to Valve. I can't even fathom the number of money that's going back and forth right now, and how much Valve is going to have made in these last 5 days. And once the summer sale is over, again, just from the common cards, not the foil cards and not the coins. If you add those in together, who knows how big that fucking number is. And so when you look at Valve changing the rules, you think, well, that's great. They're going out there, they're addressing the needs of the consumer. They want to protect us. But the cynic could say, looking at a graph like this, that the value of the cards has declined, meaning the percentage Valve is getting has declined. So if they can make the game seem more fair and people bitch less about it and think they have a better chance, the card value will go up because more people will be doing transactions and they'll be more valued because it feels like you actually can do something, you can accomplish something. That might artificially raise the price. I don't know. Just something to think about. But 20 cents a fucking friend? Really, Gabe? The only reasonable response to that, the only normal, well thought out, logical course of action would have to be
throw the Jew down the well, so my country can be free. You must grab him by his horns, then we have a big party. If you see the Jew coming